Hello, friends. Stacy Anfinson here with your Torreport market update for January of 2025. I have a few more slides than normal this month, so hang in there. We got snow outside, so everybody's inside. Hopefully you can take the time and listen to all this. All right, we're going to start off something different this time. We're going to have new home permits issued in the Raleigh-Cary MSA. This goes all the way back to 2000, and so why do I bring this slide up? Because new home inventory is a big part of overall inventory. And if we go to the Great Recession, which really began 2008 and going through 2012, that was the most impactful years of that on the new home market. You can see essentially when you look at new homes, they are a factory. The factories, instead of being located in one place, are located in a lot of different places, and it takes a long time to get those factories up and going. So if you stop production, it means you're not going to have any new factories for a while. Essentially, that's what's happened here. If you go to our most recent peak, which was in 2021, and compare it to where the prior peak was in 2005, we still haven't caught up. You're going to see a slide next about population. So new home market is just not able to keep up in terms of where our population is. Next slide, we're going to look at the percentage change in population and new listings. Percentage change in population is the blue line. Percentage change in houses listed is the red line. If you go back to the COVID recession, 2021 and 2022, you can see where there was a big drop in houses listed. But guess what? People didn't stop moving here. And if you look at this 7% change, that was really the highest percentage change compared to the prior year of population that we've had. So that was the biggest gap. The problem with that is that the people don't stop moving here. And even if it's at 2 to 3%, which is lower, and inventory added to the market decreases, we have a big inventory problem. So essentially that's what we're seeing right now. The good news about this is the last 2 years, we've been up 12% and 14% on that, and that has certainly trumped the 3% and 2% housing growth. But it's really hard to catch up in the resale market, as we've seen in the new home market. End of month inventory metrics, the red line is overall, the blue line is resale. Good news, end of month January is up 48% compared to where it was last year. That makes a phenomenal headline, like, oh my gosh, everybody's putting their house on the market. Not true. Go back to 2008 and you see we're down 65% compared to that. So that's why I like putting these slides up here. It kind of helps you counteract what you're reading in the media. The other thing the media is focusing on is price drops. They think everybody's dropping their prices because the prices are too high. Well, that's duh, but they make it seem like everybody's doing it. If you throw out the years of 2021 and 2022, and we'll even throw out 2023, because those are really still influenced by COVID, you can see that essentially 30% of the market in January during those periods has been average. So the 37% this year, while up a little bit, is still what I would call a normal level of price droppers in January. January sold listings going all the way back to 2006. So I put, if you look at the right, you see we're up 4% compared to last year. That's great. If you look at 2021, 2025, we're down 31%. I put the interest rates up here for each of these three peak years. If you look at 2020, it was at 3.6. If you look at 2021, it was at 2.7. And if you look at 2022, it was 3.5. So there's unmistakable correlation between low interest rates and number of sold listings. And once again, here you see where we're at in terms of mortgage. Last 2 years, we've actually had some stability. It's hung at right around 7%. As I'm recording this, it went to 6.9. So we've pretty much had a stable mortgage environment for the past 2 years, which I think buyers, while they'd love to have lower interest rates, at least it's not 7% one month and 4% the next month. It's a little bit easier to make a decision in that. If you look at January months of housing supply, January is the first balanced market since 2016 at 4. That's typically 4 to 6 to 7 is where we call a balanced market. 10 and above is an oversupply, and 3 and below is an undersupply. If you go all the way back to 2008 and 2009 and 2010, just amazing numbers. 14 months, 17 months, 15 months. If you've just gotten in the market in the last 2 years and you look at those numbers, you can't even conceive of what that's like. So just to show you that in that period, there have been times when we've had a severely oversupplied market. This is not one of those times. And that also matches up with our average days on the market. It peaked in 2011 in January at 135. The valley was in 2022 at 22 days. It's gone up each of those years, 59 in 2023, 48, and then 61 this year. But if you were to take a line at this 61 and draw it straight across, you can see that every year prior to 2016, every January prior to 2016, we beat. So that's pretty strong. And once again, the national media is harping on increases in days on market. This one is average overall resale and overall average price and overall resale closed price. And this is the first January average resale price was greater than the overall average sales price. That's because of the undersupply of resale listings, which has boosted their prices at a higher rate than new homes. Here's our monthly PI payment. This goes back to January of last year. We're up 6% compared to where we were last year. $34.33 is a lot of money for a monthly principal and interest payment, but you can see there's definitely seasonal variance in this metric. Even in a stable mortgage increase, and even in a stable mortgage environment, $37.25 was the peak in May. $32.99 was the valley in August. Now we're going to wrap up with a couple of a metric that I've really focused on in the last year or two. Instead of analyzing the market and months of housing supply based upon price bracket, I like to look at my current focus is on days on market brackets. So the bottom is days on market brackets in 10-day increments, and then the left is the percentage sales to original list price ratio. And as this indicates right here, as DOM increases, the discount from original list price increases. So if you sell it in the first 10 days, it's 100% of original list price. Next, we go to 98, 96. And then if you really love your listing and you hold on to it 120 days or more, you're probably going to take at least a 14% haircut on average from original list price. So this doesn't really happen often in my world. You get a linear reaction to something, so that means something to me. So this data is very conclusive that as days on market increases, what the seller is going to get as a percentage of original list price is going to decrease as well. What percentage of the total is that? You look at this pie chart here, 31% of resale listings sell within 10 days, 15 between 11 and 20, and 11 between 21 and 30. So if you add all three of these up, you got 26 in that. You got 57% of resale listings sell within 30 days. That's as liquid as it's ever been. Now, those percentages have come down in the past year or two, but that's pretty strong demand for resale listings. So to wrap things up, bullet point number one, new home inventory is still suffering from the Great Recession. Number two, inventory increase plus sales decrease produces the first balanced months of housing supply in January since 2016. At 9 years ago, the increase in price drop listings is viewed as a positive. Sellers are losing some of their pricing power. Number four, days on market metrics are trending upward. And then number five, to go over what we talked about, buyers discerning list price in 10-day increments, and they discount each bracket as DOM increases. 31% sell in 10 days. That's an amazing statistic. So here's my contact information. I can be reached at any of that. If you like this video, please click on the like button. If you want to subscribe to the Torport YouTube channel, please do that. And to wrap up, these are the services that I offer: appraisals, mortgage, relocation, attorneys, sellers, buyers, Torport and consulting. I've got capacity in all of those. So thanks so much for listening, and we will see you next time.